Catherine was only 23. Fresh out of college, she had just completed her degree in computer science. But joy didn't last long. Her father passed away suddenly, and the world came crashing down. She had no time to grieve. Her mother, sick and bedridden. Her little brother, still in school. Bills piled up, and reality hit hard. Then one morning, a phone call changed everything. An MNC company called her in for an interview. She nailed it. Flawless performance, hired on the spot. That night, Catherine returned home brimming with joy. She cooked a special dinner. Her mother, teary-eyed, whispered prayers of gratitude. Her brother hugged her, giggling, dreaming of better days. For the first time in months, they laughed. They felt whole. At first, Catherine enjoyed the job. The office was sleek, the pay modest, and her managers supportive. She worked hard, providing for her mother's medicine and her brother's tuition. But 2 years passed, and then came the recession. Salaries froze, costs didn't. Catherine, desperate to keep her family afloat, volunteered for overtime. Day after day, night after night, the office became her second home, and slowly her only one. One night, working late alone, her eyelids grew heavy. She dozed off at her desk. She jolted awake, checking her watch. Over an hour had passed. Panicked, she rushed to grab a coffee, anything to stay alert. She grabbed a paper cup, added sugar. Suddenly, the lights flickered violently. Crack! One of the bulbs exploded overhead. Startled, she dropped the cup. And then she heard it. Knock from inside the coffee vending machine. Slow, uneven, persistent. Knock, knock, knock. She leaned closer, placing her ear on the machine. The knocking grew frantic, angry. Then silence. Suddenly, dirty, blood-stained fingers with stitched knuckles began reaching out from inside the machine. Catherine screamed and fell back, her breath rapid, her hands trembling. She bolted out of the coffee room. Across the hallway, she saw a man in a cabin, calmly working. She ran to him, gasping for air. "There's something in the coffee machine," she stuttered. The man looked up, confused but calm. He followed her back to the room. But when they reached, everything looked normal. No flickering lights, no broken bulbs, no blood, no fingers. She rushed to the machine, pointing with shaking hands. "I swear, there were fingers. I saw them." She turned to the man. He was gone. No one stood behind her, just silence. And then, a whisper. She turned. A floating figure loomed toward her, its white eyes stretched wide, its mouth unnaturally open, hair dragging along the ground. Frozen in fear, Catherine let out a scream. She ran. She sprinted to the elevator, tripped. Her arm snapped, a sharp, sickening crack. But the figure kept coming, groaning, floating, closer. Through pain, Catherine forced herself up and reached the elevator just in time. The doors closed. She collapsed against the wall, panting. And then, through the tiny fan vents of the elevator, 2 red eyes stared back at her. The elevator stopped. She ran out, desperate, but froze. This was the same floor. Everything was exactly the same. She looked around and saw one of her colleagues exiting a cabin. "Help!" she screamed, but the person didn't react, didn't even acknowledge her. As they entered the elevator, they glanced directly at her, expressionless, uncaring, and they left. Catherine banged on the doors, sobbing. Then, a hand pierced through her stomach, reaching for the elevator button. She gasped, but she felt no pain, no blood, and her broken arm healed. A voice echoed faintly, "Catherine, wake up, please." She turned a corner and saw herself slumped over the desk, cold, lifeless. Everything had been a hallucination, a twisted final nightmare before death. Catherine had died from overwork, alone, exhausted, forgotten. The next morning, the news reached her home. Her mother's pupils dilated, her chest clenched. She collapsed, dying of a heart attack. That evening, her brother stood on the rooftop of their apartment. His hands trembled. Tears streamed down his cheeks. He remembered the last time he saw his sister smile. That dinner, when she got the job, their final happy memory. He closed his eyes, whispered, "At least, let's live a happy life together on the other side," and let himself fall. Sometimes, the real horror isn't what haunts us at night. It's what we carry when no one sees us breaking.